So this is our Aryia versus Leaf. Is Aryia the Leaf killer? That's a question. I was asking you, is it? Oh, okay. So after spending some time in both the Aryia and the Leaf, we're going to talk a little bit about both of the differences. Now, this is just a comparison video. This isn't like I said, a bashing video. Okay, so we're going to be talking about, I normally do like pros and cons, stuff like that. So this video, since again, it's going to be comparing, we're going to be doing the sharing and the whatever this one is, right? We're going to go with the similarities things first. So both of them have 4 wheels. They have 4 doors, actually 5, because they both are hatchback, kind of. They have rear seats and a motor. That's all similar. I know, I'm being facetious. But no, essentially they do have very similar motors, a lower battery and a larger battery. They are using the same battery chemistry, both the same type of like an infotainment center. So now we'll talk about the differences. I mentioned that they both have 2 different battery sizes. So again, the differences is that the Aryia does come with a larger battery size than the largest one for the Leaf. The 62 kilowatt hour for both the Leaf and the Aryia, both of them having it. And surprisingly, the Aryia loses some range, and I thought they were about the same weight. Obviously, they're different shapes, but I would say that that's probably also a difference. But I'm also going to mention something a little bit later, what I think has the biggest effect on it. Aryia is a bit more, I feel like it's going more for a luxury SUV, is what this, I believe, is more designed for. And again, I talked about like the infotainment. So like the Leaf has it in the standard radio area, that the Aryia, it's not at that angle. It's more of a face, like you would hold your phone at you. It's a more straightforward at your face because it's higher up and a better field of view. And they are, talking about difference, they're different screen sizes as well. So obviously, not that there are different sizes of screens, it's just the fact that the Leaf has a smaller screen and the Aryia has a larger screen. HUD actually that projects to the windshield, which is another difference. They're taking advantage of that screen to make a much wider field of view and easier to see when you are backing up. And now we're at what I think causes the most difference between the two of them. It's the conditioning. The fact that the Nissan Leaf is a passively cooled battery. There's no liquid pumping through it to equalize the temperature of the battery. Lots of EVs do that now. Leafs are still sticking with it. They're still sticking with the passive cooling. Again, we're not going to say that's good or bad. I'm going to mention that the Aryia does not. They have gone, and again, same battery chemistry, so they have gone with a different system to be able to condition the battery better. I don't recall seeing any settings in it to be able to change it. I believe it does it automatically. I know the Teslas and I believe Kias, and there's a few of them that allow you to change the settings. If you guys have an Aryia or know that it does have this, you can leave a comment below. I would appreciate it. But again, I didn't see anything like that. And because of that, because I wasn't able to turn it on or off, I believe it was on by default. I was lucky enough to have this such a long time that I was able to test drive the Aryia through various different weather changes, even getting below freezing. And I noticed that because of the conditioning that it was doing constantly, I got even worse performance than my Leaf did. This is something that can be very easily modified or changed if it's something that they can fine-tune over the air with updates, similar with Teslas, because they do it with Teslas all the time. They do some fine tuning to their conditioning of batteries and stuff like that. So again, I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that it is different, and that I believe that that has more to do with the range differences that I was getting the Aryia than I was over the Leaf. There is some price differences, obviously. The charging for the Aryia is different. They both do fast charging. They both do it to a certain degree, but because in my testing, I wasn't able to take it to a charging station. And again, I did a video on this, why a lot of fast charging stations that's non-Teslas are just having problems. I could not test it fully at what it's rated for, 150 kilowatt hours. My particular Leaf can do 100 kilowatt hours, so there's not that much of a difference. There's a little bit of a difference, but there's not that much difference. So let's wrap it up here. And again, we're not bashing anything. Kind of, I feel like Chevy's kind of doing the same thing with the Bolt EUV, that they're making a Bolt that's very similar to the Bolt. They're just making it a little bit bigger. I like that Nissan didn't just do that. That they decided to go with a more luxury. That even the introductory Aryia feels more luxurious, is a more luxury vehicle. They're both really good cars. I think honestly, anybody that picks an EV, they're going to be happy with any of them, except maybe the Bolt. I need to do a video on that. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I hope you guys are going to have a wonderful new year, and you will stay tuned for more of our videos this year. And as always, stay charged and stay safe. Say bye, Bubba.